Hey guys, this might be my favorite thing from my recent haul. This is a K63 Four Seasons that was a gift from another collector that knows that I love these. It's very close to two fans that are on my top 5 want list or top 10 want list. I'm really not sure exactly where in the ranking it is. One would be an antique brass K63 Four Seasons with short blades. And the other would be the very, very first version of the Four Seasons that uses different brackets than what we're used to. Which is actually 36-inch and not 38-inch and was not offered in the larger blade version. But this is very close, so I'm very happy. And it's also very close to one of the childhood versions of this. There's an old-fashioned diner that's a few blocks from my high school that has two almost exactly like this. Same canopy, same downrod, same motor, same globe, same blades, same drooping flywheel that causes the blades to sag down a little bit. Only difference being they're antique brass and not polished. And they're still there. I need to go in there and do a sightings video. I keep forgetting, and they close at like 1 p.m. So by the time I'm on that side of town now, they're closed. One of these days I'm going to go there and do a sightings video. They still use them, and oftentimes they're on even when the building is closed. I think I posted an Instagram shot through the window once. So, without further ado, that's just with the 25 watt bulb. You see it's drawing 0.2 amps. But start it up on the, whoops, I don't need light and fan. Just fan, I believe that's the lowest of the variable speed control. 0.22. This fan was made in what, October of '79? Is that what the tag says, Andy? It was what, 1079?
Yep.
That's October, right?
Yep.
For some reason in my mind, October is never 10. And rated at 1.4 amps. Okay, let's turn it quarter turn. 0.25, so not a big difference, but I did see the motor jerk a little bit. Do you happen to notice that this is reversible? Another quarter turn.
I did not see.
I see a reverse switch, never mind.
You do? Okay.
Yep, it's in one of the vents.
Oh, yes.
0.38. Those are my favorite reversible Casablancas. Or reversible any fans, I like when they stick it in the vents.
What else does that? Newtone?
Newtone, Fasco, Terra. I'm assuming Casablanca did it first and everyone else copied them. But it was only some of the K63 Casablancas. The first ones weren't reversible, and the last ones had the reverse switch in the switch housing. So it was pretty much anybody that was copying Casablanca in those early days. I was thinking about something earlier, completely unrelated to this video. Post antiques, Emerson never had a bell canopy. Am I wrong? Unless you count like imported industrials that were, just other, tats with the Emerson name on them, or whoever makes the current ones with the Emerson name on them.
Yeah, right.
But because the earliest Emersons that weren't antiques were blender fans, and those use the.
Yeah.
They're a cool looking canopy, but they're not a bell canopy. Well, I'm gonna first of all underneath the fan.
Sorry.
It's hard to really gauge the airflow, but it's strong.
This fan is about, the blades are about maybe 4 feet off the, off
it's
the
a very
floor.
long down rod, and I didn't have a shorter one. Okay, let's go back here. I've tested some other stuff here that hung down this low. I think that Homestead Whisper fan was pretty close. Maybe the Emerson Industrial. I don't know, eyeballing it, which looks longer, that down rod or that down rod over there?
I think those are probably longer.
To my eyes, the Casablanca looks longer. They're probably the same, and it's just a trick of the eyes depending on where you're standing.
Probably.
Those hung down pretty low.
Yeah, they would. Of course, they don't have a large globe.
Right, that, and
Adding
then the
about
drooping blades,
Adding about a foot to it.
at least. The reverse switch was, right there. Okay, it is completed. So we can get accurate current reading. 0.21. Quarter turn. 0.25. Quarter turn. 0.37. I think that was a full quarter turn. Not, whoa, whoops. Not quite. Full quarter turn would be 0.4. Another quarter turn. 0.86. Hey, do me a favor, reach behind you and turn that blender fan off, just in case. This would be a good one to see how we do on a blender fan test, since it's at such a different position. Now we're at high. Come on, you thing. Come on, one more time. No. Oh, it's just as bad. It's causing the shop lights to move. That's a new one. That one over there is really moving. Okay, we gave it a good shot.
Yes. Sweet.
The Hunters were the low profile in the studio. Yeah, I think this is the last of the fans that needs to go to my fan shop. I think everything else that has yet to be videoed is, because that was my goal, was to get everything out of here that wasn't staying here. I think I have satisfactorily completed that goal. I'm going to see if I can, nope, can't reach it and reverse it. Maybe if I do stealth mode like this, bam! Ooh, almost, I think I did it. Let's try it again. Bam, yep, it's all the way reversed.
Nice.
Stealth mode.
Ninja.
Yes.
Fan ninja.
I am. That's going to be my new profile name on anything from now on. Can't believe no one has thought of that by now. No one has been a fan ninja. Okay. So let's take us to the decade box. Let's try 1 microfarad. Nothing. 2 microfarads. Nothing. 3 microfarads.
Oh.
Ah. We have liftoff. Yeah, the camera is taller than it. Four microfarads. Now we're right about where the actual low speed was with variable speed control. 7.4. 8.49. 9.57, 10.65, 11.65, 12.74, 13, 15, 1 amp on the nose. Just curious, 5, 10, 15 control would, yeah, it's still a difference. 16, 108, 17, 115, 18. Okay, anything over 18 hits a resonant frequency, so we don't want to go there. And I think that's everything, because the solid state control internally is the same as we'd get from the one here, since Casablanca's low speed trim is pretty legit. I love lamp. Do you really love the lamp?
It's a nice lamp.
I can't remember the lines that come after that. Or does he love other things before that? I would expect that you know the script of that movie like the Bible, since that is your line of work.
The blade tips are passing just millimeters from the edge of my lens hood here.
Yeah, the camera's living on the edge there. Okay. I think that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching.